work on multiplication using partial products. This method is very similar to your area model, and it looks similar to our standard algorithm, which we will learn later. What we want to do is we want to break apart each digit and multiply them. What I mean by that is I want to start in my ones place on my bottom number, which is a 4, and I'm going to just move on down the line and multiply. So I'm going to start with a 4, and I'm going to multiply 3. We'll do the multiplication later. And then I'm going to take my 4, and this time I'm going to multiply there. The digit is 1, but it is not a 1. This is in my tens place, so I'm multiplying it by 10. And then I continue with my pattern, and I go all the way up here, and I'm going to multiply 4 by 600, because again, it's not a 6, it's 600. So now that I have nothing else to multiply my 4 by, I'm now going to multiply this number right here. But you have to remember, this number here is not 3. That number is 30. So I'm going to start the pattern all over again, and I'm going to say 30 multiply by 3, 30 times 10, and then 30, and multiply it by 600. So if you look, it's very repeating itself over and over again, and it's a pattern. I start with my ones, I multiply my ones, multiply my tens, multiply my hundreds, and if I had thousands and 10,000s, I would just keep going down the line until I was done. And then I start with my next place value, which is my tens, and I do it all over again, multiplying each digit. So, 4 times 3 is 12, and 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 600 can be overwhelming. However, I know that 4 times 6 is 24, and all I need to do is add my 2 zeros for my 600, making it 2,400. I know that 3 times 3 is 9, but because this is a 30, I add a 0, and 30 times 3 is 90. For 30 times 10, I'm just going to take my 3 and multiply it by 1, giving me a 3, and add 1 0 for my 30 and 1 0 for my 10, making it 300. I take my 3 and I multiply it by 6, giving me 18. I add a 0 for my 30 and 2 zeros for my 600, making this 18,000. So now I have all of these numbers, and in order to get my final product, I need to add them all together. You can do it in any order you want. However, for me, the best way to do it is I take the number with the largest number of digits, and I put that first. And in this case, it's 18,000 because that is 5 digits. So I have 18,000 first. And sometimes I just kind of check it off because I know that I used it. And then 2,400 would be next. Then 300. And then I have 90 and 40, and it doesn't matter which one comes first because they both just have 2 digits. And same with 12. I make sure I'm using every single number, and now I'm going to add. In my ones place, I have all these zeros, and then I have a 2. In my tens place, I have 9 plus 4 is 13, plus 1 will be 14. My hundreds place, 1 plus 4 is 5, plus 3 is 8. And then in my thousands place, I have 8 plus 2 is 10. Move up my 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Giving me a total of 20,842.